You're watching COVID-19 Lessons Learned.
Welcome back to the special edition of ABC4 News with Dr. Angela Dunn. So let's turn to the vaccines. We're going to talk about the misinformation and disinformation. Okay. And for the folks that are at home, misinformation is information people pass along unknowingly that is false, and disinformation is false information that people knowingly pass along. So are you ready for the rapid fire questions?
Let's do it.
All right, let's talk about the vaccines. Are there microchips in them? Will we become robots?
No.
Okay. The FDA hasn't approved the vaccine, so why should people believe in them?
Because the vaccines still went through the rigorous evaluation that full authorization takes with phase 1, 2, and 3 trials, and having experts weigh the risks and benefits, and found that these vaccines are safe and beneficial.
The vaccines, will they harm female reproductive systems?
There is no evidence that these vaccines will harm female reproductive systems, but even more, there's no plausibility. We wouldn't have a mechanism, either medically, biologically, scientifically, for these vaccines to impact any part of the reproductive system.
Do doctors know all the side effects from the vaccines yet?
We pretty much know most of them. I mean, there's been millions and millions of people vaccinated, and they're studied really, really closely, and thankfully, severe side effects are very rare.
Let's talk about the differences in immunity. What's the difference between the vaccine and natural immunity?
The vaccine immunity is a very controlled amount of immunity that we know how long it can potentially last. We know the dose that's needed to elicit immunity. When somebody is just infected, we're all infected, if we get infected, are infected with different doses, and our immune systems will respond differently. So it's basically an uncontrolled immunity, where the vaccine we can have more confidence in that we're going to have lasting immunity.
Salt Lake County has 1.1 million people, give or take. Half of them are vaccinated. How do we get the other half?
Oh, that's a great question. Like, if anybody has ideas out there, let me know. Let's do it.
All right, let's talk about the basic differences between Pfizer, Moderna, and the Johnson & Johnson shot.
Okay, so the main difference is that Pfizer and Moderna are this mRNA vaccine where a piece of the virus's mRNA goes into your cells and it elicits that immune response, where Johnson & Johnson uses a different virus, the adenovirus, to carry the immunity into your cells for you.
Pfizer is looking to extend its UEA to kids 5 and older, and Moderna wants to do the 12 and up by the start of school or sometime around the start of school. What's your thoughts on that?
I hope it comes sooner rather than later. I can't wait for it.
Booster shots. Big topic right now. Pfizer's saying that they want boosters because their vaccine drops from 96% to 85% after 6 months, and that was before the Delta strain came out. What do you think? Should we be getting extra boosters, or should we still wait on the science to come out on that?
I mean, I think we're still definitely going to wait on the science. The more urgent question is those with weakened immune systems, should they be getting a booster? And I know that the CDC and the FDA are looking at that right now, but for the rest of us, we definitely should be waiting for the science.
J&J, we talked about it just a little bit ago, but there's conflicting reports. Does it work or does it not work against the Delta variant?
I mean, Johnson & Johnson, the Janssen vaccine has great effectiveness against COVID, even the Delta variant, but it is less than Pfizer and Moderna. The studies show that, but that doesn't mean it doesn't work. It still does a great job at preventing hospitalizations and death, and that's really what we're focused on.
All right, well, I got the J&J shot.
Okay.
So should people like me that got the J&J shot be particularly invested in information that comes out with a booster vaccine?
No, I don't think so, because like I said, the J&J, while it doesn't prevent illness as much, it prevents hospitalization and death at the same rates as Moderna and Pfizer. So I consider you protected, and I wouldn't worry about it.
Next, we're talking about schools, and I'm sure some of you would like to hear about Dr. Dunn's transition from state to local government. We'll have all of that after the break.